Welcome to this comprehensive guide on Jenkins on Kubernetes. In this tutorial, we'll explore how to run continuous integration and continuous deployment pipelines in a Kubernetes environment. Jenkins is a popular automation server that helps teams build, test, and deploy applications. When combined with Kubernetes, it becomes a powerful platform for scalable and efficient software delivery. By the end of this video, you'll understand how to set up Jenkins in Kubernetes and leverage dynamic agents to run your pipelines. Before diving into implementation, let's understand why running Jenkins on Kubernetes is beneficial. First, you get dynamic scaling, where Jenkins agents spin up automatically when jobs are queued and terminate immediately after completion. Second, resource efficiency means you only consume cluster resources when builds are running, significantly reducing infrastructure costs. Third, Kubernetes provides high availability through self-healing capabilities, automatically recovering failed pods without manual intervention. Finally, containerized builds ensure that every pipeline runs in an isolated environment, making your builds consistent and reproducible across different stages of your deployment workflow. The architecture of Jenkins on Kubernetes consists of two main components. The Jenkins controller is the master node that manages your pipelines, schedules build jobs, maintains configuration, and serves the web interface. It runs as a stateful application with persistent storage to preserve your pipeline definitions and build history. The second component is dynamic agents, which are ephemeral Kubernetes pods that execute the actual build tasks. When the controller needs to run a job, it communicates with the Kubernetes API to create a pod. This pod executes the pipeline steps and is automatically destroyed once the job completes, freeing up cluster resources immediately. Before deploying Jenkins on Kubernetes, ensure you have the following prerequisites in place. You need a running Kubernetes cluster with kubectl command line tool configured to communicate with your cluster. This can be a managed service like Amazon Elastic Kubernetes Service, Google Kubernetes Engine, or a self-hosted cluster. Second, you'll need Helm, the package manager for Kubernetes, installed on your local machine. Helm simplifies application deployment by packaging all required resources into charts. Third, you need admin permissions in your cluster to create namespaces and deploy applications. Finally, configure persistent storage in your cluster to ensure Jenkins data persists across pod restarts and upgrades. Deploying Jenkins using Helm is straightforward and takes just a few commands. First, add the official Jenkins Helm repository to your Helm installation using the Helm repo add command with the jenkinscharts.jenkins.io URL. Next, update your local Helm repository cache with Helm repo update to fetch the latest chart versions. Finally, install Jenkins using the Helm install command. Specify Jenkins as the release name, reference the Jenkins/Jenkins chart, and use the namespace flag to deploy it in a dedicated namespace called Jenkins. The Create Namespace flag automatically creates this namespace if it doesn't exist. The setPersistence.enabled equals true flag ensures your Jenkins configuration and job data are stored persistently, surviving pod restarts and updates. Once Jenkins is deployed, you need to access the web interface to start configuring pipelines. Use the kubectl port forward command with the namespace flag set to Jenkins to forward traffic from your local machine's port 8080 to the Jenkins service running in the cluster. This creates a secure tunnel allowing you to access Jenkins at localhost :8080 in your web browser. To log in, you'll need the admin password that was automatically generated during installation. Retrieve this password by executing a command inside the Jenkins pod using kubectl exec. Navigate to the run/secrets/additional directory and cat the chart admin password file. Copy this password and use it along with the username admin to log into Jenkins for the first time. To enable dynamic agent provisioning, you need to configure the Kubernetes plugin within Jenkins. The Helm chart typically installs this plugin automatically, but you need to set up the cloud configuration. Log into Jenkins and navigate to Manage Jenkins, then select Manage Nodes and Clouds from the System Configuration options. Click on Configure Clouds and then Add New Cloud from the drop-down menu. Select Kubernetes as the cloud provider type. In the configuration screen, specify the Kubernetes URL, which is typically the cluster's API server endpoint. If Jenkins is running inside the cluster, it can auto-detect this URL. Configure the namespace where agent pods will be created and set up the necessary credentials for Jenkins to authenticate with the Kubernetes API. This configuration allows Jenkins to dynamically spawn agent pods whenever pipeline jobs are triggered. Let's look at a sample Jenkins file that defines a pipeline running on Kubernetes agents. The pipeline block is the top-level declaration for defining your continuous integration and continuous deployment workflow. Inside the agent block, specify Kubernetes to indicate that this pipeline should run on Kubernetes pods. The YAML property allows you to define the pod specification inline using YAML syntax. In this example, we define a pod with an API version of v1 and kind set to pod. Under the spec section, we define a containers array with a single container named Maven that uses the Maven 3.8-JDK-11 image. This container provides the build environment with Maven and Java Development Kit version 11 pre-installed. When this pipeline executes, Jenkins will create a pod matching this specification, run the pipeline stages inside it, and destroy the pod after completion. Within your Jenkins file, define the actual build workflow using stages. The stages block contains individual stage definitions that represent logical steps in your pipeline. In this example, we have two stages, build and test. The build stage contains a steps block with a shell command that executes mvn clean package. This Maven command compiles your source code, runs unit tests, and packages the application into a deployable artifact like a jar or WAR file. The test stage runs after the build completes successfully and executes mvn test to run your test suite. Each stage runs sequentially by default, and if any stage fails, the pipeline stops and reports the failure. This separation of concerns makes it easy to identify which part of your build process failed and allows you to visualize the progress of your pipeline in the Jenkins interface. Let's recap the key concepts covered in this tutorial. Jenkins on Kubernetes enables dynamic and scalable continuous integration and continuous deployment workflows that adapt to your workload demands. The architecture uses ephemeral pods that are created on demand when jobs are queued and automatically destroyed after completion, eliminating resource waste and reducing costs. The Kubernetes plugin handles all the complexity of agent provisioning, communicating with the Kubernetes API to create and manage build pods without manual intervention. Finally, pipeline definitions written as code in Jenkinsfiles specify the exact build environment needed, ensuring consistency across all your builds and making your infrastructure reproducible and version controlled. This modern approach to continuous integration and continuous deployment empowers teams to deliver software faster while maintaining quality and reliability.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.